With the approaching date in Iran, the preparations are ramping up for a grand week-long funeral ceremony to pay tribute to the late supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He was tragically assassinated almost 4 months ago, amidst a conflict that was sparked by the actions of the United States and Israel. The streets are decorated with portraits of Ali Khamenei, accompanied by those of his son and successor, Mojtaba. At the age of 86, Ali Khamenei served as more than merely Iran's highest political figure. He held the ultimate authority over religious issues and commanded the deep respect of millions of Shiites around the globe. Beginning Saturday, July 4th, his body will be exhibited to the public, with millions anticipated to participate in funeral services across numerous cities in Iran and Iraq. Following these ceremonies, he will be laid to rest in Mashhad on July 9th. Here's all you need to know. Ali Khamenei's body has been lying in state since the start of the war. The war, along with the ceasefire and the ensuing negotiations, directly contributed to the 4-month postponement. On July 4th and 5, Tehran will host ceremonies at the Mosalla prayer complex, which is the city's primary location for significant state religious events. This venue has been the site of funerals for prominent figures of the Islamic Republic and functions as a central symbol for state mourning rituals. On July 6th, the central funeral procession is scheduled to occur, traversing a distance of 10 kilometers that stretches from Imam Hossein Square to Azadi Square. This expansive public space has served as the backdrop for pivotal mass events in Iran's history, spanning from the 1979 revolution to the most significant protests in the nation. According to the mayor of Tehran, an estimated 20 million attendees are anticipated, labeling it as the largest gathering in the city's history. The procession will then move to Qom on July 7th, running between the shrine of Fatima Masumeh and Jamkaran Mosque. In Iran, Qom serves as the epicenter of Shiite Islamic education. Subsequently, the remains will be transported to Iraq, where commemorative events are scheduled to take place in Najaf and Karbala, regarded as the 2 most sacred cities in Shiite Islam. The final burial will take place in Mashhad on July 9th. Mashhad, where Ali Khamenei was born, holds the title of the most sacred city in Iran. Officials project that between 8 and 10 million individuals will gather for the burial. One factor that has remained constant throughout Iran's modern history is the ultimate authority of the supreme leader, the guardian jurist who is effectively Iran's leader for life per the constitution. As per the Council on Foreign Relations, Iran's constitution designates the office as head of state and affords it vast control under the theory that political authority springs from religious authority. Article 110 of Iran's constitution outlines the position's major powers. They include setting national policies and supervising their implementation, as well as commanding the armed forces and appointing military chiefs and the heads of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or the IRGC, and police. Ali Khamenei served as president and as commander of the IRGC before becoming supreme leader until his death in February 2026. Think tank analysts say the position is considered both an arbiter of Iranian politics and a source of emulation. So his direction is meant to both set the course for the republic but also reflect broader consensus among elites. Meanwhile, the supreme leader relies as much on typical instruments of political power, control of media outlets, patronage, and so on, as the religious trappings of his office to influence government and society. Ali Khamenei was eliminated on day 1 of US IDF attacks on Iran. Israel's Air Force quickly achieved air supremacy over the skies of Iran. The elimination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei along with a significant portion of Iran's leading military figures and officers from the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, on the inaugural day of the conflict marked a monumental shift. This pivotal moment saw the full might of the IDF's aerial and intelligence capabilities converge to deliver a devastating strike against Israel's foremost adversary. The top 40 Iranian officials were killed in under 1 minute. The level of air power and munitions deployed on the initial day of assaults, encompassing both targeted assassinations and extensive strikes on Iran's air defense systems and ballistic missile infrastructure, was extraordinary and exceeded any previous military capability exhibited by Israel. Approximately 200 aircraft, armed with precision-guided munitions, traveled distances of 1,000 to 1,500 kilometers to engage hundreds of targets, all within a remarkably brief time frame. The amount of munitions dropped on targets in Iran over the first 30 hours of the conflict was around half of what the Israeli Air Force said it used over the entire course of the 12-day war in June 2025. Khamenei's assassination would not have been possible without the critical role played by Israel's globally feared intelligence agencies, which have gained an aura of invincibility over the decades because of a string of achievements. Israel has foiled West Bank plots, allegedly hunted down Hamas operatives in the UAE, and been accused of killing nuclear scientists in the heart of Iran. Mossad is one of the 3 major intelligence organizations of Israel, along with Amman, which is in charge of military intelligence, and the Shin Bet, which oversees internal security. Even when their efforts have stumbled, agencies like the Mossad, Shin Bet, and military intelligence have maintained their mystique.